on to you, Aquarius out here. Hopefully y'all are having a good day. So for you, Aquarius, you actually have the Three of Michael, the Queen of Michael, and then you have the Moon card. So what's going on for you, Aquarius? Yes, I am going back to the Archangel Tarot deck. For all those people who want to know who it's by Radley Valentine, right? Because sometimes people ask me, well, who is it by, right? What kind of deck of cards am I using, right? Because they may want to get one for themselves. It's by Radley Valentine. And so for you, Aquarius, the Three of Michael, the Queen of Michael, and the Moon card. A lot of you, Aquarius, are actually in very good spirits right now. The Queen of Michael, the Three of Michael, Queen of Michael represents how, like I said before, like the way that you, Aquarius, take relationships that don't work anymore, you're actually taking it quite well. You're taking it quite well on the chin. A lot of you, Aquarius, understand that, you know, a lot of the times people, not everybody, of course, but a lot of the times people are not very trustworthy. So as a result of them not being trustworthy, this is a position for them where for both of you, where obviously it doesn't feel very good for you, Aquarius, but at the same time, it ends up turning out to be a very good learning experience, because it goes to show what it is that you, Aquarius, can give. A lot of other people can't and will not give. They will not and can't give, which is a lot of the times, right, when you're ready and you, Aquarius, are in good spirits, honesty, you know, and wanting to actually work things out with the person. But, you know, person wants to be on some dysfunctional stuff and, you know, do their own thing, blah, 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 blah. So the thing about it is that you're taking this connection that you have with these people that you've stopped talking to actually quite well. The Moon card represents how other people, the Moon card actually represents a lot. It represents on one level how other people perceive you, and they see that you, Aquarius, are taking it quite well, right? So this could, when I say other people, I mean this could be the person that you are not talking to. This could also be family members, the new significant other that you may or you may not have, right? They're looking at you like, you know, especially if they know if they're a significant other or they're part of the situation, they know, you tell them what happened. You, Aquarius, basically will let them know, like, hey, you know, da 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 da. But the way that they think about you is they think about you, Aquarius, being quite good sports. You know, you win some, you lose some, right? But did you actually really lose? 9 chances out of 10, no, you probably didn't. And so the Moon card right here represents, there's a sense of, you know, a lot of you, Aquarius, a lot of you, Aquarius, are not going to allow what it is that's happened to you to really change you in that regard, right? Yes, obviously some changes should occur, but see, let me get into it, right? The Nine of Ariel and the Empress. You're trying to change for the better, right? You're actually, you're actually trying to change for the better. You're trying to change for the better. And what I mean when I say that, obviously, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but you're trying to not change from the perspective of just because some messed up stuff happened to you, right, that it means that you should be a jerk. A lot of the times people actually make that mistake and they think that that's what it is that they're ultimately supposed to be doing, right? They think that they have to, when they be in relationships and things don't work out their way, they feel like I gotta change in order to adapt because I'm being stupid out here. That's when you should actually cling to your principles even harder. And I'll tell you why, right? Show and prove. Because what's happening here is that that's low level functioning. The mentality that, because dysfunctional people who entered your life did what dysfunctional people do. Now all of a sudden it means, what are you doing, right? Factually, it means that you're changing to accommodate the dysfunction that they've got going on. So in other words, you're basically being like, okay, you'll be dysfunctional with them by trying to stoop lower. So you're not going to learn the game to stay away, right? To know what to stay away from, the games that they're playing, but you'll learn the game to start playing against other people and start using and treating people like trash. That's not good. And so a lot of you Aquarius understand that that's not it. And so you are not going to change in that sense. In that sense, a lot of you Aquarius will change in the aspect of, more self-worth, more a solidified understanding of your self-worth, because look at how far, and I've been talking about this, and I'm glad that, a lot of you Aquarius are starting to open up your eyes and understand this, that like, this is the reality of the situation. The majority of the times when you have people talking to you any kind of way and really going in, you have to ask yourself, if you're not doing anything really like that, what are they going in about, right? Like there was a point in time when I was in high school, this is relevant. The majority of the teenage student body basically disliked me. They can't give you a legitimate justification. They can't give that. They can't give you a legitimate justification as to why. They won't be able to do that. Not really. They're not going to be able to. And then when I said that, news spread, and then they eased up a bit because, I basically asked some questions to one person in news spread. So that's my point, because once again, this is why it is I say it to get rid of moralism. People will ask like, well, what do you mean, moralism is not a good thing? Moralism isn't, because when you understand what's happening, you understand cause and effect. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. When you understand what's happening, you will operate on a completely different system. You're not things like moralism and karma is for people who have not attained, unfortunately, a certain amount of knowledge and a way of life. Because people will use things moralistically and to be moral against you. They will literally use it against you as a tactic to get you to do what they want you to do, right? And what they're doing is, and I hope YouTube doesn't hit me for this, but they'll tug on your heartstrings, right? They'll tug on your emotional connections, your affinities, right? By digging, searching. And so the fact that you Aquarius are striving to become, beyond all of this, right? Beyond the moralism, because I don't have to operate based upon moralism, because I know that it's wrong to take something that's not mine. I'll even feel bad. Like I don't have to take something that's not mine. I'm not in that kind of living conditions. I'm nowhere near that. So because I'm nowhere near that, my own internal compass will let me know, you don't even have to steal. What are you doing, right? In the form of a conscience, right? So it would prevent me naturally from even wanting to take something that's not mine, right? I don't need something on the books, on laws on the books telling me don't take from the person. Truth is, it doesn't matter if you're going through a hard time or an easy time. Even the people who are going through hard times, they still feel bad whenever it is that they take something that's not theirs, because they know this is not theirs. The other person probably more than likely had to work in order to get it, but they're in such not livable conditions. They gotta come up with something. So that's above morality. This is why I keep trying to say this morality, gotta get rid of it. That morality stuff like karma and all that, gotta get rid of it. And so the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that two of Ariel and the decision right here represents how a lot of you are moving forward. A lot of you Aquarius are probably trying to get to know or date someone brand new. A lot of you Aquarius who, who are single, or some of you out of the group are staying by yourselves for a little bit, healing like it is that I said before. What else? A lot of you Aquarius who are in an established bond, y'all are still together. A lot of you have made the decision to still be together, to make it work. So yeah, all of that. And the two of Ariel and the decision right here represents how things are quite good, regardless of the fact that, things were a little bit rocky for you, Aquarius. Things are actually really quite good right now. Then you have the Knight of Wands. And so, the Knight of Wands right here, the Knight of the Knight of Wands right here represents how there's also a sense of, being good where you are. So the decision is, again, the decision, right? And then you have the Knight of Gabriel. So for you, Aquarius, whatever decision that you make, you actually feel quite comfortable in it. Now, this is what I mean when I say that, you Aquarius, y'all are adults. A lot of y'all are going to pick something different. Some of you are going to pick being by yourselves. Some of you are going to pick going out and trying to get to know someone else. Some of you, the ones of you who are in an established bond, obviously you're gonna say to yourself, there's no reason for you to go anywhere or whatever. The two of y'all obviously are in an established bond. There's no reason for, as long as the person is doing right by you, there's no point in you Aquarius going anywhere else. So all of you are gonna find your lane is the point that I'm trying to make, right? A lot of you, a lot of you Aquarius, a good bit of you Aquarius are going to find your lane, whatever your lane is. And so the Lovers now and the Empress, right? Emperor, the Lovers now and the Emperor. So the Empress and the Lover, Empress and the Emperor showed up here, and so it's wild because the Lovers and the Emperor represents how, regardless of if you Aquarius are in an established bond, you feel like a king, you feel like a queen, you feel like you get treated quite well. If you Aquarius are, staying single for a little while, you feel amazing. It doesn't matter what position you're in. A lot of you Aquarius are feeling amazing because you have attained what it is that you've been looking for your whole life. You feel free. Aquarius, you're here, like I said before, to experience bliss. And, when they say ignorance is bliss, that's not what I'm talking about here. When I mean bliss over here, talking about you, Aquarius, I'm talking about from the perspective of making your life the way that you want it to be. So in other words, controlling your own destiny, right? Being in control of your own life. And you Aquarius feel in control right now, regardless of whether you're single or not, regardless of if you can trust people or not. It's funny, it sounds weird to say that, but you actually feel very much so in control. And you are in control for that matter, You don't just feel in control, you actually are in control. And the reason why I'm saying that for you Aquarius is because of the fact that, you're, a lot of you, I mean, we ain't got to play with this. A lot of you Aquarius are attractive. You know how many Aquarius? Fine. I know a few of them. And I'm just like, they fine. You understand? You understand? I'm just joshing. I'm just being a little bit facetious, but they fine though. They fine, and I find myself being quite drawn and attracted to the Aquarius, and I'm just like, they all come standard out of the box like this. Because if so, I want one to keep. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving forward, let's clarify the Emperor. Sorry about that. Some of my cards fell here. So to clarify the Emperor, you have the Nine of Pentacles, Three of Wands, the Fool card, excuse me, the Emperor again, and then you have the Knight of Wands. So I'm going to take the Emperor out of the 5 cards because you can't clarify a card with the same card. That's stupid. The Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Wands to clarify the Emperor speaks to how you, Aquarius, again, you actually feel full, you feel fruitful, you know, you feel like when things are going your way. And once again, things are going your way. Three of Wands, you have a lot more to look forward to, right? You're being grateful because you have a lot more to gain in your life. You know, you're not done. And the Fool card, Knight of Wands, the Fool card, once again, you have a plan. You, Aquarius, have a plan. So you got to understand that Aquarius is the zodiac sign of ingenuity and genius, right? If geniusness is a word. But just to kind of bring that point home, Aquarius is one of the hallmark zodiac signs of ingenuity or geniusness. I've never met a plumb stupid Aquarius in my life. Just plain stupid. Just stupid as just all get out. I've never met that in my life. And then y'all will say, well, how many Aquarius do you know? Well, my father's an Aquarius for one, born February 4th. You know what I'm saying? For one. So some of the, I hope you two don't hit me for this, but some of the ladies who I've really been quite deeply madly in love with has been Aquarius. I love the freedom. I love the way that a lot of y'all think. I love the mentality, you know what I mean? The character a lot of y'all have. You know, the reason why, to be transparent, the reason why it is that it didn't work out is because they weren't there yet. They weren't there yet. You know what I'm saying? That's it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel 200K. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. We are at 25,700. We are growing like a wild plant. Shout outs to everybody that's subscribing and watching the videos. Make sure to actually, have this video get some of these views. Watch it 2-3 times if you want to. Watch it as many times as you want, honestly. You know what I mean? I don't ever tell y'all that there's a limit on how many times y'all can watch the video. But share it with your mom, your dad, your pet rat, your pet snake, your pet elephant, dog, lion, cheetah, a jaguar, whatever, right? Appreciate it. Peace.